How did the Greeks develop a culture with a lasting impact? This is the overview of chapter 15. Note taking is that guy, page 200. First, we'll look at Greek mythology and religion. This is all. They practiced polytheism. Gods looked like humans and acted like humans. Myths and epic poems were a source of religious beliefs. A myth is a story about history or gods that answers questions about the world and human nature. An epic poem is a story of events in ancient times, possibly based on real events, and an example of that was the Iliad and the Odyssey written by Homer. Religious practices included public and private rituals. And important athletic festivals were held, like the Olympics, and Delphi was where an oracle made predictions about the future. So this influenced Greek culture, and out of Greek culture came these lasting impacts. In art and literature, you have poetry, including graceful, pottery, including graceful vases, cups, jars, and bowls. Two types of red figure and black figure. You have sculpture. Main subject was humans because they wanted to focus on the beauty of humans, and it showed the ideal of beauty itself. Architecture, an example of that is the Parthenon, and we have columns, friezes, and pediments were the most are what we think of when we think of Greek architecture. In literature, you have lyric poetry. This is basically poetic songs. Two types of drama are tragedy and comedy. The Greeks were the first ones to come up with drama. And then there was fables. These taught lessons, and the example of that is Aesop's fables. They're very famous stories with lessons. In Greek learning, you have philosophy. This was used. Philosophers used reason and logic. And the most famous of which are Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle are all famous philosophers. In history, they were the first to study the cause and effect of events. So, why did something happen? What was the effect of those events? And in science and medicine, they laid the foundation of mathematics and modern mathematics and medicine today. So the Greeks were hugely influential in our modern culture today. We don't have to look very far to see the influence of the ancient Greeks.